Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now you may remember a while back I used this to connect a graphics card to an old laptop. Today it's time to fire up the EXP GDC external GPU adapter once again because yesterday's super budget Celeron notebook is getting an upgrade. One heck of an upgrade too. This is MSI's GTX 1070. On its own, the Lenovo 110S proved to be an okay piece of kit for the price, but a very poor gaming system which was far from unexpected. So I thought we'd go completely overboard and see just how much performance gain we can get after pairing this unlikely duo. Yes, the Celeron N3060 CPU will still hold us back, and yes, the 2GB of RAM will severely limit our endeavours, but let's get started. If you want a more sensible demonstration of this in use, then I do suggest watching my first video on the subject as well. The initial issue I faced with this laptop was that I required an NG-FF cable instead of the included mini PCI Express one, but after sourcing that and connecting it up, it was time to connect the GTX 1070. Now this is a relatively simple process, but one that requires an external power supply. You'll also lose access to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, but I remedied that with a separate Wi-Fi dongle. The whole thing is a bit Frankenstein's monster, but I mean, it works. One thing to bear in mind is that Nvidia drivers 372.90 and onward won't work with this adapter and the 10 series cards, and will give you an error, so I opted for the older 372.70 release, which although old, is necessary to avoid problems. With that done and the card detected, it was finally time to run some tests. All games are running from an external 1TB hard drive on the laptop screen, with graphical changes made accordingly. First up it's Dirt 4, and as you can see this is not a very good experience. It's better than what we'd get with the laptop's onboard HD graphics, don't get me wrong, but the 2GB of memory combined with the weak CPU is limiting our performance here. It's not absolutely terrible, but a 24 frames per second average with severe frame drops will likely put you off in a fast-paced racing title such as this one. Next up on bottlenecking for beginners, we have the Evil Within 2. At 1366 by 768 with the lowest settings, the game still struggled to achieve a playable frame rate on our external GPU based system, and although some moments during this opening level playthrough ran better than others, don't expect to see anything over say 20 FPS. Next I decided to try Overwatch. Now I did jump into a practice match because I didn't want to leave an online game early, and I'm glad I did because I could pretty much gauge performance from the skirmish at the start. The average frame rate looks okay, but the severe stutter and freezing meant that you'd probably lose every match you played. It was now clear that this experiment wasn't going the way I had planned, but I decided to round things off with a game of Csgo. This was the final nail in the experimental coffin. I wasn't too shocked, so to speak, considering this is a CPU intensive game, and judging from the other results this was bound to happen. Obviously I don't recommend you try this unless your laptop is better spec'd to start with, and if you did want to game on an old machine of yours, it may be worth waiting for a service like GeForce Now from Nvidia to release on PC, which is streaming based and probably ideal with something like this. For now though, I hope you've enjoyed today's rather experimental production. If you did guys, please leave a like on this video, leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy it all that much, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and as always I hope to see all of you in the next video.